Mark Harmon has finally broken his silence on the long-speculated truth about Ricky Nelson's troubled marriage. And the revelation has both stunned and moved fans of the late teen idol. For years, whispers about the strain between Nelson and his wife, Kristen Harmon, Mark Harmon's older sister, circulated quietly among Hollywood insiders and devoted fans. But Mark, known for his reserved nature and long-running role as Leroy Jethro Gibbs on NCIS, had chosen to remain respectfully silent until now. At 72, with decades of hindsight and reflection, he's chosen to speak not out of judgment, but out of love for both his sister and his famous brother-in-law, painting a tragic human picture of a marriage that began with youthful promise, but unraveled in heartbreak. In a rare, deeply personal interview, Harmon opened up about the emotional toll that Ricky and Kristen's marriage took on everyone involved. They were so young when they got married, he said. It started with excitement, music, family. But the fame and pressure, they didn't stand a chance. Mark recalled how Kristen, once a bright young artist and actress herself, was quickly pulled into Ricky's world of constant touring, media appearances, and a lifestyle that became increasingly unstable. She went from being her own person to Ricky Nelson's wife, and I don't think she ever truly adjusted to that, he admitted. The marriage, while glamorous on the surface, was riddled with problems behind the scenes: substance abuse, emotional distance, and frequent arguments. Harmon confirmed what many had long suspected, that both Ricky and Kristen struggled with addiction. My sister had demons, he said quietly. So did Ricky, and when two people are hurting like that, it's hard to lift each other up. Mark shared how he and his family often tried to intervene, especially for the sake of the couple's 4 children. There were times when we just didn't know what to do. We wanted to help, but we also didn't want to push them further apart. One of the most heartbreaking moments came when Mark described the couple's eventual separation in the early 1980s. They were still in love in their own way, but they couldn't live together anymore. It wasn't healthy, he said. The pain didn't end with the divorce. Ricky's tragic death in a plane crash in 1985 left Kristen devastated and spiraling further into her own struggles, leading to a very public custody battle between Mark and his sister over her youngest son, Sam. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done, Harmon said. I wasn't trying to be a villain, I was trying to save a child. Despite the pain, Harmon now speaks with forgiveness and perspective. They weren't bad people. They were just broken in a world that doesn't give you time to heal. He still treasures memories of Ricky's kindness and musical genius, and he remains fiercely protective of his sister's legacy, despite the darkness she endured. She was a beautiful soul, so was he. They just got lost. By finally sharing the truth, Mark Harmon has offered fans a deeper, more compassionate understanding of Ricky Nelson's marriage, one that transcends tabloids and gossip, and instead honors 2 flawed, deeply human people caught in the whirlwind of fame, family, and heartbreak.